On the subject of surgery and communication, I thought it would be useful to share my mum's story. She had an emergency operation 3 years ago for a strangulated hernia, and it was overall a very good experience. Mum has Parkinson's disease, osteoporosis, glaucoma, heart failure, atrial fibrillation, so a lot of things wrong with her, and she had a hernia which was just left because it was manageable for some time. And then about 3 years ago, it got really bad. Mum's not one to complain of pain, so this went on for a few days, and then it was really bad. She was taken to hospital by ambulance, unseen by the surgeons, and operated on, and she came through it really, really well. In fact, the next day, the nurses rang me in the morning. I thought, oh no, what are they going to say? They rang early, but it was just that Mum was saying she wanted me to bring her teeth in. So that was an amazing recovery. She had had a small section of her bowel removed. Um, what happened? She went in. She waited not too long, and this was a Saturday night, and was seen by a team of surgeons, and they all introduced themselves. There was some medical students, a lead surgeon who they'd been waiting for, they'd called him in, and the surgeon who did the operation. And what was really good is they spoke directly to Mum, although looking at her, you might have, and people had wrongly assumed that she didn't have capacity and couldn't speak. They explained things in plain language, but not talking down to her. And Mum was able to give her consent. They were able to see that she was understood what was going on. They gave the lead surgeon gave quite a complicated a description of the operation plan to me and Mum, which actually I did understand. I don't know how he knew I would. And Mum said that's fine. And we left the hospital when she went to the ward at about 10:30 at night, and they operated on her at 11:30. And I didn't find out straight away, although Mum, when we saw her the next day, was a little bit, I think she was a bit high on the anaesthetic, and she said, oh, they were doing all sorts of funny things to me, but I'm all right now. And she actually arrested after the operation, and they brought her around. I, I can't tell you how much we appreciate what was done, and the quiet and calm way they did it. And it's something I think I reflected on afterwards, and because I've got a nursing background, there was a few things, and I thought I really liked the way that they assessed Mum's capacity without making it sound like a bureaucratic formal thing, and I really liked the way that they covered the do not resuscitate thing without bringing out a form or anything like that. Or maybe after an operation you always would resuscitate somebody, but they covered her wishes and the risks of the operation with Mum and with me in a really nice, meaningful, human way. We knew that it was dodgy, and she might not survive the night. So it was fantastic. If I was to think about things that were wrong, well, not exactly wrong because it was a good experience, but there were all. This is 3 years ago, and there were all the signs that the NHS was really under strain. The ambulance that came, Mum waited quite a long time for 111 to come, but they were good. The ambulance that picked her up was really quite old and actually broke down on the way to hospital. When she was in the hospital, she was in the corridor for about an hour and a half, and to be honest, that's just a space issue. There was a nurse looking after her there. They were waiting to assess her. I didn't feel that she was put at risk by that at all. But I asked the nurses because it was a Saturday. I said, "Oh, this is because it's a Saturday," and they said, "No, this is like this every evening." So overall, it was a wonderful experience, and I really appreciate what the surgeons did. Thank you.